Good morning, esteemed committee members. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present my master dissertation. My name is Maria Emilia Delgado. It's a great honor to share with you my project. The title of my presentation is Overcoming Learning Barriers Through Artificial Intelligence, an inclusive intervention for English learners with dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD. This project was born from my own experience as an English teacher. I have had all types of students in my classes, but the majority of them often struggle with the same reading, writing, or lose focus easily. I tried to investigate about this type of students and I noticed that they were diagnosed with dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD. So I try to integrate them in my classes in the way that they can feel comfortable and also try to investigate how the technology can help us close this gap. So this project is my attempt to answer these questions. During my presentation, I'm going to talk about the context and justification, the general objective, the research question, the literature review, the methodology, the AI tools, the conclusions, and at the end, the limitations and part of research. So let me start with the context and justification. Talking about first of the context of this one, this project was developed with the purpose to help or support the English learners from 8 to 14 years old with learning disabilities like dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD. Maybe now you're wondering about this type of learning disabilities, so I'm going to make a review. Students with dyslexia have problems with reading or decoding words. Students with dysgraphia find it difficult writing down their ideas, and students with ADHD or attention disorder, um, hyperactivity, deficit hyperactivity disorder. These students normally have problems with staying focused in their classes or following instructions. Something important that I have to mention is that since my experience, I have noticed that nowadays there are few inclusive strategies that are specifically adapted for students with dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD. We already know that education is a priority, but there is still a lack of methods, strategies, or tools that are specifically adapted for this type of students. That is why I try to search how can I help them. And I noticed that the AI can offer personalized and adaptive support tools that can help them overcome the learning barriers of this type of students. The general objective of my dissertation is to create an inclusive learning environment for English learners with dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD by using AI tools that support their needs, improve language development, and boost their confidence. To reach this goal, the idea is to follow four specific objectives. The first one is to look for AI tools that could really help this type of students. The second is to provide good training and support to the teachers so the teachers can know how to implement these AI tools into their classes. The third one is to create activities where the students can get engaged with these AI tools and they can know how they work and how they can help them. And the last one is to evaluate the impact of the implementation of these AI tools used. Now, the research question of my project, or the one that guided this project, is how effective is the implementation of AI in overcoming specific barriers faced by students with disabilities, such as dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD in their English learning process? Okay, so to continue right now, I'm going to mention the literature review of my dissertation. My project is supported by three different theoretical frameworks. The first one is the Universal Design for Learner by Rose and Mayer in 2022, which states that learning should be a flexible and adaptable for every type of student, and that not every student learn in the same way at the same speed. So in this case, I could say that AI makes it possible because with the AI, we can personalize the learning of the student. We can adjust the content that we are going to present using them. So this is so helpful here to personalize the learning process of this type of students. The second one is the Endeavor's model for selecting assistive technologies in 2000, which states that no single tool works for every type of student. It it highlights the importance of carefully selecting and adapting the technological tools that we are going to use, because not all of them can work, so we need to personalize them. The last one is the sociocultural theory by Vygotsky, which states that learning should happen through guidance and interaction. It also introduced the sum of proximal development, which is the gap between what the student know, what the student can do alone, with help. Sorry, what the student can do alone and what the student can do with help. In this case, the AI act as scaffolding in the sum of proximal development because it provides a step by step support to each student, right? So they can learn with the help of the AI, but also they can receive guidance from the teacher. Now, taking into account this theoretical framework, I structured the methodology in four different phases. The first one is the diagnosis and preparation. The idea here is to identify the student's needs or to know the student's learning profile and to make a review of the technological devices that are available in the schools, because we are going to need devices for applying or implementing these AI tools. The second one is teacher training. So what I want is to give workshops, provide mentoring, to um, give support to the teachers so they can know how to implement the AI tools into the lesson plans. The first number three is classroom implementation. Here, the students can get engaged with these AI tools and they can know how they work. The phase number four is evaluation and improvement. So what I want here is to measure the impact and adjust for future use. These are the AI tools that I have mentioned throughout my presentation. The first one is an adaptive platform, which is Lexia Core 5. With this platform, the students can learn how to pronounce letter, and at the end they can know how to read a complete test. So this, through gamification, shows the content to the students. It teaches them what is a noun, what is an adjective. It teaches them how to read step by step a complete test. So this helps a lot the students with dyslexia and also students with ADHD. The other one is a speech to text. The speech to text is author I. With this one, the students can, most of them, the students with dysgraphia can use it to write their test. They can dictate the ideas that they have, and then they can generate a test or write down the test with the ideas that they have dictated. Also, the students can dictate sentence by sentence, so this is so helpful for them. The other one is a text to a speech AI to use. So this one is read and write. This is a Google extension. The idea here is that the teacher can use the students can use it to listen a complete test. It highlights the words at the moment that they pronounce it, that it pronounces, sorry, Students can also can click on the word that they don't know and it shows an image or it shows the meaning of that so the students can understand better the test. The last one is a writing assistant, which is Grammarly. This is the most popular one. We already know that it provides instant feedback, right, while we're writing. So this is so helpful for students with dysgraphia. So once they finish writing their test in order to write, they can use Grammarly to improve their test. I'm going to show you now just the first minutes of a video that show how an assistive technology help a student to improve in writing. This is a real life case. So just let's watch it to understand and see more what am I talking about.
So much can change in a school year that sometimes
He just kind of is blossoming.
it's simply stunning.
I get very emotional when I think about it.
Charlotte Wilder is referring to her son Alex, a student at SOAR in far northeast Denver. Since he was in first grade, she's watched Alex struggle while he's lived it.
Mentally, I just thought I wasn't good enough.
A learning disability, one he couldn't exactly put into words, quite literally held him back.
It was actually pretty hard because I couldn't see my friends. I thought I was just going to be held back again. He couldn't even get his thoughts out.
A hunch from his special education teacher revealed something.
He needed a modality to just express exactly what he's thinking.
Whenever I have a problem writing a word or a sentence, assistive technology, I can use word-to-speech typing.
Assistive technology revealed the talent and potential Alex always had. Alex went from barely being able to craft a couple of sentences to being a top essay writing student in his class.
It's allowing him just to show us exactly what he knows and what he's capable of.
Okay, so it shows, right, how powerful can be the AI to help or support this type of students to overcome their learning barriers. Good.
So much.
Okay. Now, let me go with the conclusions of this one. In answer to my research question, which evaluate the impact, like let's say, like how effective is the implementation of the AI tools to overcome the learning barriers of these type of students, I could say that taking into account the literature review and the proposed intervention, we could say that this is effective or could be effective to overcome these barriers, right, of the students to read, write, or stay focused during the classes. So some of the main findings that we could say is that first, it could show improvements in reading comprehension in writing production because with the help of the AI, we can adjust the learning, right, of process of this type of a student. The other thing they have to mention is that it increases motivation and participation of the students because we are presenting the content in a very dynamic way and in a very engaging way. The other one is that they generate greater autonomy and self-regulation because with this one the students are can be more independent uh, from and more aware of their learning process, and they could also take academic risk. And the last one is that it provides a more inclusive and equitable environment. Now, to finish with the limitations and part of research, talking about the limitation, it is mainly, I could say that it is mainly a conceptual design. It has not been tested yet in real classrooms, right? And also I just focus on dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD. I did not include any other learning disability. Also, I did not work with any specific example of learners or teachers, so the results cannot be generalized yet. And for the further research, I suggest that piloting these studies in authentic classroom, of course, we could see the real results. We can use mixed methods to measure the impact. We can use qualitative and also quantitative methods, right, to evaluate the impact of this one. It also can be tasted, in different age groups and contexts, or carry out longitudinal studies for sustainability. Lastly, we could explore teacher training and other AI tools that can support this type of learners. Thank you very much.